Yo, what up? What up? What's going on, everybody?
What's
Nice
up?
afternoon here. Here to break down some baseball for y'all. We're gonna go through the card and decide what we like best here.
Oh
You have
yeah.
anything picked out so far, Jimmy?
Not really. I
No.
just wanted to come through. I got all the information down. So I just wanted to have me and you, anybody else joins us in the chat, just break this down and see what we come up with. Um, there's an airplane flying by. I don't know if you can hear me, so just give me 1 second. Let me take a quick hit.
It's all good. The only thing I've locked in is the Toronto Blue Jays today over the Minnesota Twins.
Okay, you took them on the money line?
I did. I actually took them three-way win, draw, win, minus 120.
Nice.
And then I took them on the run line too at plus 140. Both have went the right way. The run line's down to plus 135, and that other line is up from minus 120 to minus 125. So a little bit of movement in my direction.
Nice. I like that play, and we'll get to that play. But since you brought it up, I do like that Toronto side, so I'm glad to hear you're on it. What else you get? What else you took?
That's all I got so far, honestly.
Okay. Also, hopefully my boy Ick, he'll may or may not come through. So stick around for my boy Sniz. Got a beautiful day off here in Cali. It's Monday, August 25th, 2025. Yesterday was Mamba Day. Shout out to Kobe Bryant, A24. I know we weren't live and did anything for that, so I want to throw that out real quick.
I didn't know it was Mamba Day, honestly. I've seen a lot of Kobe Bryant posts lately. I guess that's why.
Yeah, well, of course, you live in Canada, so I'm sure it's not, over here, we're right in the heart of
Not as
things.
big here.
Matter of fact, hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, mostly people just posting their cards about Kobe. There's also that Kobe Michael Jackson card. It went for like $13 million. Buddy from Shark Tank bought it at an auction. Absolutely snatched up that market.
So we weren't live yesterday, but shout out to wear my little colors here, even though we're not talking basketball. But shout out to my Lakers, shout out to Kobe Bean Bryant. So as we want to break it down today, I'll go through all the card and then what I tell you guys most likely, like I usually talk backstage, is just take all the notes down. I wouldn't lock anything in until maybe about 3 o'clock if you do have the time, and just figure out which lines have moved in that direction. Um, hopefully, we'll be able to pick out a good 6, 7, 18 parlay card. Starting off with the Orioles versus the Red Sox, we do have this guy named Bernardino pitching for the Red Sox, and you got Saganu pitching for the Orioles. Brand Bernardino, he has actually lost the last 5 of 6 starts.
What up,
To
Biggs?
the team had lost. Um, what's up, motherfucker? He had actually lost 5 of his last 6 starts, and 3 of those were losses by run lines, and also the last 4 out of 5 starts have gone to the over. Whereas Tomoyoki Sugano, he has actually won his last 5 straight starts. They've all been by the money line, and he's been pitching in good form, and the team's been backing him up, hitting the under in all 5 games that he's had. When you look at the WRC, it is slightly more favored towards Boston, but we're putting more weight into the starting pitcher. I did see some reverse line movement since there was more money on Boston, but it's sliding over towards Baltimore. Initially, Boston opened up as a minus 121. I think that's gone down. At last time I checked, was a minus 119. There wasn't anything in Killer Sports to stick out that I could say that gave one or the other. The bullpen also does favor technically Boston by like a run. But I think the
Fuck
focus
yeah.
here is Sugano, Baltimore dominating 20 some days. Hell yeah, my boy.
3 weeks.
Come on through. So, long story short, I got Baltimore money line in my pocket at minus 101. Did you have any thoughts or plays on that game?
I don't have any plays, no.
Okay,
The
that
under
one,
sounded good as you were talking about it. That's at 9.5 minus 120.
yeah, and it's 9.5, and it's dropped down to 9 slightly, and the Baltimore is up to minus 102. So I think we're gonna end up seeing money keep going with Baltimore, and it's gonna keep running. I wouldn't be surprised by the time we get the first pitch. It's pretty much set up as a pick 'em or somewhere near that. So I like
Could
that
see that.
Sagano pick a lot. Moving on, the next matchup I have is the Braves versus these pesky Marlins. Initially, the line was for the Braves minus
Oh, the
126.
Braves.
Yes, now
I thought you
it's
said
down.
Rays. I was confused there. All good.
No, the Braves, my bad. And then now it's down to minus 116. The under started at 8 and it moved down to to under 7.5, minus 102. Um, Looks like money is on Atlanta, but there is reverse line movement happening. However, the run line for the Braves is not really moving to say one or the other. Something that stood out is that 96% of the money is on the over, but yet it did drop. Historically, this series has been an under series. However, I don't think that's going to be the case today. I'll explain in a little bit. Spencer Strider pitching for the Braves against Edward Cabrera. Spencer Strider, he's lost the last 4 out of 5 games. All 5 games he's pitched, the last 5 have gone over. Cabrera, he's lost the last 2 games he pitched, then he won the last previous 2. The last 3 out of 4 games have also gone over. The bullpen for the Braves are MLB's worst 7 xFIP, facing Miami's bullpen, which is actually the second worst bullpen in all of baseball.
Damn.
Yeah, the two worst bullpens facing each other. They could easily give up 6 runs or so on themselves in the bullpen. I honestly do believe that. So therefore, I think that even though the books have been dropped it, I still think the best bet is on the over. I got it at over minus 119, over 7.5. Right now, you can find that at the same price. Another stat that I do want to add in also was a killer sports stat. The Braves, as an away favorite after a win this season with the line between 110 and 122, they're actually 3-1 to the over. And the Marlins as a home dog off of a win. It's not that strong, just 3-2 to the over. But both have strong information on why they could win. And both of these pitchers have been playing bad. They're all both in bad form. So, gun to my head, I would pick the over. I wouldn't even pick a side. you know.
Yeah. If you like the over, I'm going probably going to go with the Miami Marlins team total again.
Okay, Miami
Hopefully
Marlins.
they can tag that pitcher up early. But he does have a 5.0 ERA, so if he gives up even 3 in the first 5, then I think we could expect at least one more late.
No, and if not, you can get it in the bullpen, like we mentioned. I like that
Yeah,
angle.
even if he only gives up 2, maybe get 2 from the bullpen. And there we go, 4 runs. So I'm probably going to ride that again, the Miami Marlins team total. What up, Pops? Ix
What's
was just
cracking,
saying
Pops?
20 days till I'm in the land with both you motherfuckers.
Hell yeah. All
Let's
right,
go.
moving on. Bringing up the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Guardians game. Recent line movement. Let me just check this real quick. This was one that actually I noted down last night. The line had already dropped significantly last night as soon as the books put it. Also, the under significantly was dropping down. I didn't finish the cap, so I didn't take anything last night, so I missed some value. Last night, you could have gotten Rays. I don't know what their money line was, but right now it's a plus 100. They're much better. Guardians were a minus 164. That's dropped all the way down to a minus 119.
Yeah, that's
Also,
crazy.
it was over 8.5, and it's down all the way to a 7.5, shaded to the under. So we lost a complete run. Moving on, there's sharp money on Tampa Bay. Money line and the run line reflects that, in my opinion. Tampa
Yeah,
Bay,
that's a big movement.
Tampa Bay has 3 times the better WRC at the moment. Guardians have Tanner Bybee going up to mound. He's won a lot of starts, 7 out of the last 8, but the 8th one that he lost was just his most recent. Also, the bullpen is edge to the Tampa Bay Rays. One thing that I do want to note is the Guardians. This is a killer sport trend. The Guardians is a home favorite after a loss with a line of minus 125 or less this season. Our 2-6 money line, 2-6 run line.
Yeah,
So
wow.
I definitely think that the Braves can beat the shit out of them and win by 2, but they are the dog already. So that's actually my first favorite play that I actually like a lot.
The
It's a
Rays money line.
play is the Rays money line. So that one is one that I'd feel comfortable you taking already. It likes the Marlins team total over as well. Looks like.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the Rays too. I mean, Cleveland's 0-5 in their last 5, 2-8 in their last 10. But I mean, Tampa's not much better, 2-3 last 5 and 5-5 last 10. But
Yeah.
50-50, closer to 50-50 than these guys, which are at 80%. So yeah, I'd have to fade the land here, unfortunately. Pops also likes the Rays too.
Nice. Well, yeah, it's just situational spot. Unfortunately, Cleveland has not been doing their fair share to, you know, get to the playoffs like we thought they were going to.
I
So,
mean, they're a 50-50 team right now. So is Tampa. We'll see if Tampa could even make it. I don't know.
yeah,
It's getting close, though. It's getting about that time where all these teams need to start doing something late in order to secure a spot.
exactly. It's less than 2 weeks or so. Moving on, since did you have anything on this one, bro?
No, I just like the Rays too. That's it.
Okay. So next up, we got the Nationals taking on the Yankees. Brad Lord on the mound for the Nationals, facing Cam Schittler, whatever. Excuse me if I'm saying
Schlittler.
his name's wrong. Schittler's list. Um, the line was heavily juiced for the Yankees, came out at minus 241. They came back just 2 cents. The over was juiced 9 minus 110. Now it's currently juiced up even higher, minus 123. So I do believe that the books expect the runs and an over going this way. The money is also going to the over, and the line direction is moving towards that way. Both of these teams are hitting pretty decent. Washington is at 109 WRC. New York Yankees are at 100, which is above average. Brad Lord, he has actually won the last 5 out of 6 games, guys. 5 out of 6 games. So the fact that The Yankees are so expensive. Also, let me also say this: Cam Schittler has lost the last 4 out of 5 games. All 4 losses have been by the run line as well. So when he loses, he gets his ass spanked. Not necessarily him, right? But the games that he's a part of.
Yeah.
Brad Lord, he's won the last 5 out of 6 games.
Lord Brad.
The under is 1-3-1 the last 5, and Cam Schittler is also 2-3 to the under. Both bullpens are really good. Washington is actually the 3rd best bullpen currently. They're in great form. So Brad Lord is the better pitcher in better form with slightly better bats and the better bullpen. I'm taking Washington money line as a big fat fucking pig ass dog plus 192 money line. Also, there was a note that the Yankees, as a home favorite after a win, when they're a favorite of minus 220 to minus 240, the game is 0-3 to the under this season. So, obviously, if Washington is going to win, you could probably throw that in the mix as well, because usually I don't think if Washington wins, they're going to beat Yankees ass, right? And Yankees it's not gonna turn into a dogfight. But at the end of the day, I'm on the Washington Nationals. That's one of those big dogs. Those are one of the ones you want to wait, right? Let's either direction. Either we're
This is the
waiting.
biggest dog on the card today, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, the Athletics are plus 175. They're the next close up, then a couple that are plus 150.
And I mean, it could be totally wrong, right? There's people that I respect that are on the Yankees run line, you know? So, but I feel like now that you said that, that makes me feel even better. The fact also, line movement. There's been a shitload of money on the Yankees for the money line and the run line, but yet there has been no movement at all. To me,
Yeah.
that favors Washington because the books found the perfect number. They found the perfect number where they can take so much action, so much action, so much action, and people are still continuing. They're not worried about, oh, well, is this line moving up or is it too cheap? No, it's just right, as fucking that wolf fucking bitch would say, you know?
What up? Justin McKelvey's in the house. What's up? He says, what's banging? We
What's
banging.
cracking, Justin? What's good, bro? Appreciate y'all being here. Just wanted to get a little noon breakdown of this baseball card. If you haven't missed the first part, please see the details. Go rewind. But we're on Baltimore money line. We like Baltimore money line. We like the over 7.5 in the Miami game. Our first actual play that we like is the Tampa Bay money line, and we like the Nationals money line as well. Now, if you're just coming in, like I mentioned, I don't want you guys locking this shit in like other shows would be saying, oh, I'm locking this now, yada, yada, yada. I don't give a fuck about the record, this and that. I'm telling y'all, just wait on the late line movement. I'm going to give y'all like 8 to 10 plays, see which ones make sense, either moving to the line or if there's no line movement. I know a lot of people watch the show. You guys already know how to cap the card. So just take my information and run with it. Yeah, so I really like to sprinkle a little bit on Washington money line. Moving on here, we'll talk about this Toronto game. Briefly, Dylan talked about it. You want to talk about it again, or you pretty much talked about
I
it?
say
Or?
it again, yeah. I don't mind.
Yeah.
On the Blue Jays again, it actually moved up more, 5 cents more since we talked about it. I'm on the 3-way to get a better price. It was minus 120. It's moved up to minus 130. It was minus 125 when we started the show. And then I took a sprinkle at the run line too, kind of doing a minus 1 thing there with that.
Nice.
Then it was plus 140. Now it's down to plus 130. So I don't
Nice.
mind the over here too, like Justin's saying in the chat. I mean, I think the Blue Jays they could smack up the Twins today and get most of those runs, if not all of them, by themselves.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. It's not crazy to me that they get 5, 6, or 7.
Yeah, over would be nice. The only concern for me is this Scherzer. is not like the Scherzer that we're used to. That's kind of washed up Scherzer. He's actually pitching pretty well right now. So, but let me get into the numbers. So, let me look at the line movement just in case there's been any change. So the Blue Jays are taking a little bit of line moved up to minus 149 from minus 141. The total was over 8 minus 119. Now it's shaded to the under 8 minus 119. There is heavy money on the Blue Jays for the money line and the run line, but there hasn't been a whole lot of movement, which which initially was scaring me, right? But this is why I'm saying let's see the way the line moves later. I'd rather give up a couple cents since you guys already know I usually put like 2 or 3 teamers of round robins, so I don't mind losing a little value for making sure I have a winner, so not too far out, but paying like 145 to 160 in 2 teamers, 3 teamers, I'm fine with. Minnesota has a slight edge in the hitting WRC wise. Joe Ryan, he's been mixing his starts on the total and on the side, so there really is no identity for him at the moment. Max Scherzer, like I mentioned, he's been good. He's won the last 3 out of 4 starts. He's hit the under the last 3 out of 4 games as well. He's pitching very, very, very well. When it comes to the bullpen is split in the middle. One thing that I noticed why I wouldn't take the run line, the Twins, this is a situational play for my Killer Sports people if you like it. Twins is an away dog coming off of a loss when they're a dog lined up by Vegas between 110 and 125. They actually cover the run line. They're 5-1 this season. And they are 2 to the under and the money line. Blue Jays in this situation as a home favorite, being a line of a moderate favorite of a minus 138 to a minus 150 this season is a 3-0 money line. So that record of Vegas putting them in that little moderate favorite spot, they haven't lost. So give me the better starting pitcher. Give me the supporting trend. Give me the those are the only 2 edges. And you also have money coming in on Toronto. So, long story short, my play is Toronto money line. I capped it at minus 144. It's at minus 149.
So Sniz likes to reach Screwball over 18.5 outs. That's a play that he was giving out earlier too. Texted that to us. Now everyone's got it. Screwball over 18.5 outs.
Okay.
Plus 1.8.
I'm about to tell that bad boy. Let me go through the chat real quick. Yeah, Screwball over 18.5 outs. Gary said Marlins, Rays, Reds, 3 beautiful beauties. Or 3 beauties. Let's fucking go. Okay. Marlins, Rays, Reds. Okay. And Justin already, I know we talked about this, but he said over 7.5 minus 118 in his pocket.
It's a bunch of plays in the chat too.
Appreciate you guys being here, man. I know we haven't been doing this in a while. If you haven't already, hit that like, share this shit out. I know you guys do that all the time, but just like
go check us out on Kick too. We're streaming on Kick now.
Moving on to the next game, Phillies Mets. Oh, did you have anything else for that Blue Jays game?
No, that's it.
Okay, my bad.
That is all.
Do me a favor. We got anything we could throw for a quick commercial break so I can take a smoke break?
You can smoke if you want to. It's all good. Just hit it up.
All right. Let's keep it moving.
We did break down 5 games already. So
next game, and I know everybody got shit they got to do, so I'm just trying to get through this as fast as I can. One thing that I recommend, I know this is my secret, but fuck it, I'll tell y'all. Sometimes when I'm watching YouTube shows and I'm capping the capper, things like that, there's nothing wrong with hitting the times 1.5 button or the times 1.75. It might sound crazy, but if you're just listening to the facts, then it doesn't matter, right? But anyways, Phillies versus Mets. We have the Phillies start off opening line at minus 112, moved up to minus 132. Opened up at a total of under 8 minus 117, dropped down to to 7.5. Let me make sure if this is still correct. Yeah, so it's dropped down to 7.5 under minus 107. The money was split 50-50, but the line for the Phillies keeps moving up, and the run line for the Phillies keeps going in their favor. So, in my opinion, it still favors the Phillies. The Mets, technically speaking, do have a ridiculously strong WRC at the moment. They're hitting at a 220 WRC, so that cannot be ignored. I cannot say that that doesn't mean anything. Phillies are hitting at a 113. They're also hitting really well, but the Mets are hitting out fucking standing against left-handed pitching.
Yeah,
Christopher
both these pitchers
Sanchez.
look great too.
Yeah, so this is where the breakdown comes. This is where the splitting hairs comes, folks. So Christopher Sanchez versus Cody Senga. If you would look at this on paper, both people would be like, fuck, these are really good pitchers. It's the under. It's, like who's going to win? Both of these guys are tight, right? But pulling up underneath the hood, Christopher Sanchez, he's actually won the last three out of 4 games. All 3 games, excuse me, his team has won the last 3 out of 4 starts he's appeared at. All 3 wins were by the run line, while Cody Sengai, he's actually lost the last 3 games. He's been pitching well, right? The under is 0-2-1. Even though he's a great pitcher, he's currently in a 3-game starting pitching losing streak. Okay, so he's not in form. He's not in form. Um,
Justin said he moved on the Phillies when it was minus 121.
Hell yeah, that's
They're up to
beautiful, man.
minus 130. I see now.
That's beautiful.
And I
Yeah,
don't know what this one means. Took Wilson for the minus 120. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Wilson. I don't know. I might have to. What is that? Is that a hitter? Let us
I
know,
assume
bro.
it's a batter.
Pitching for bullpen for both of the sides are really well. They're both pitching. One side is at a 3.36 xFIB. The other one's at a 3.86 xFIB. They're basically about the same. They should give up about equal runs. If you look at the killer sports trends, they're both negative for both teams. So they cancel each other out, right? Like Mets is in an 0-2 money line situation, and Phillies is in a 1-2 money line situation. So, you know, that's not really good stats to talk about, but they're both negative, so nothing to highlight. Yeah, so long story short, Philly money line is going to be in my pocket. I like that. I like that, and I like that as one of my stronger plays, like the Tampa Bay play. So, anything you got on this
Yeah.
Phillies play?
No, I was just gonna say the Mets are in a spot where they do have to win either this series or their next series. Dommy was texting us that today. They got a hard lineup to face, and they have to win at least 2 series to make it to the playoffs. So, Mets'
Yeah,
backs are up against the wall a little bit.
yeah, but just remember, because you're supposed to doesn't mean you do, right?
I
Perfect
know.
example. I hate to say it. Just
I
don't.
think it's not looking good. I'd lean towards a no, honestly, but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. So, I
They
mean, it
spiked there
happens.
for a minute, and now they're just average.
It happens. Not everybody can fucking be the comeback kids. So, moving on, Arizona versus Milwaukee. Let me pull up this current line just to make sure nothing changed. Milwaukee started at a minus 181. It hasn't moved at all. It's dropped 1 cent. The total was opened at over 8 minus 119. That's it wanted to flip. The under 8 took money. It was at minus 112. Now it's kind of regressing back to the over. So it's kind of indecisive in the total, if I were to say. There's heavy, heavy, heavy money on the Brewers money line and the run line, but yet there's been no movement, which is like a clear warning sign to me for Arizona to maybe cover somewhere, right? Uh,
Yeah,
Also, 80% money is on the over, but the line dropped, so that's kind of uncomfortable for a side as well. Statistically speaking, the Brewers are about 3 times better hitting than the Diamondbacks, so that cannot be ignored either. I don't want to say it's a clear game either. However, looking at the bullpen, Eduardo Rodriguez, he's won the last 4 games or the team's won the last 4 games when he's pitched. Woodruff, he's been pitching well, but the last game he lost, right? So technically he's on a losing streak. I know, like, he's done well last 4, but he's lost, right? And then the other thing is both of these bullpens are on the worst end. A stat that stood out: the Diamondbacks is an away dog coming off of a loss. Whenever they are lined up at a 135 or more, then that's 3-1 to the money line, 4-0 to the over. And then the Brewers, there's another Killer Sports trend stat that basically said the Brewers as a home favorite after a loss, being a heavy favorite of -170 and over, they're 1-0 to the over. So I basically couldn't find an angle for the full game. I drilled down to the first 5. Okay, so for the first 5 situation for this game, let me just pull it up real quick. I actually ended up taking Arizona first 5 plus a half of a run. So the last couple of starts, Woodruff versus Arizona, he's given up a total of 2 runs, 5 runs. He had one good outing where he gave up a run, and then he had 2 runs and 4 runs. So he basically averages a little over 2 runs given up a game. And then Eduardo Rodriguez, he's given up 2 runs, 2 runs, and 1 run. So I don't need them to win. The money's obviously reverse line for a reason for Milwaukee. I can't explain it through the stats, but I believe that Vegas knows that Arizona is going to have some sort of advantage. And I don't want to take necessarily the full game, just because I can't trust these bullpens, even though Eduardo Rodriguez says that the games that he pitches, he's a winner. So I'm going to take the first 5 money line. It was at -110. This is another play that I say keep an eye, see how the line moves, see if it moves away or against it drastically. I think if it stays within 5 cents or it moves up in the direction of a favorite, or if it moves up as a dog like 5 cents or less, then you're good to go. So that's my play for that Arizona-Milwaukee game.
All right.
Let's see what we
Justin
got
had
in
the Brewers -1.5. He says Woodrow got an extra day of rest. Expects him to deal. Talk Sports with JT is popping by. What up, JT? And he's saying he also parlayed it with Ick, all of their plays, plus added the Phillies.
Nice.
Little parlay action in the chat there.
Hell yeah.
EFB this week. College football from JT. Boise State -6.5, -110. And Cincy +6.5, -115.
Hell yeah. And remember, I got all the plays down. I need your help so we can just put in, cut the weeds. Arizona first 5 might not even make the list, So, I'm putting all the plays down, and we'll figure out what my 8-teamer round robin is going to look like today. So, moving on, we got the Kansas City versus the White Sox game. 2 good pitchers, or you got 1 good pitcher, Noah Cameron. The other guy, Shane Smith for the White Sox. He's lost the last 7 out of 8 games. Both of these pitchers are trending to the under. The Shane Smith pitcher has pitched 1-5 and 1 to the under the last 7 games. So that means only 1 over and 1 push. Noah Cameron is 1-3 to the under. Noah Cameron is also 2-2 money line, so he's not pitching as clean. What's interesting is that there's a lot of money on Kansas City, but there really hasn't been a lot of line movement. In fact, it's kind of regressed a little bit back. It's moved in 3 cents. So to me, this also kind of is a warning flag as a possible trap game, as like we talked about for the Yankees game, even though this line isn't as high. Like, why is it at a specific line? There's so much money on the Royals, yet they haven't moved at all. So or they've only moved a couple cents. Um, White Sox currently have the way hotter bats. They're currently hitting at a 200 WRC, which you guys know that's outrageous. That's like hitting like 7 to 9 runs a game territory. So that's ridiculous. Kansas City is hitting well too. They're hitting at a 134 WRC. Both of these pitchers, like I said, they trend to the under. The bullpen for both of these teams, slight advantage to Kansas City by half a run. And then when I pulled some killer sports trends, they both lean to the over. So my final play for this game is I wanted to basically wait. This is my first game. I would like to wait until the at least the second inning, see if Noah Cameron is pitching well. If he's pitching well, then I'd like to wait till the fifth or the fourth inning to take an over. If Noah Cameron's not pitching well and he gives up like maybe like 2 runs in the top of the first or something like that, then I'm going to take the over as soon as it regresses back to an 8.5 or 9. So that's my game plan for that game. So no play on the Kansas City. Looking for a line over to attack. Ick said he's picking up a cheesesteak. He about to smash this shit.
The old smash and nap.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, it looks too easy for the Royals. It seems suspect, I think.
Well, that's, I mean,
I've been watching the White Sox lately. They're doing good, like you said. They're hitting runs.
I mean, this could be another one where, you know what, you always look at this angle, Dylan. You need to correct me. You always talk about these shitty teams that I like, and you bring up like team total overs, like the Marlins. Maybe the White Sox could be a team total over for tonight. The fact that their bats are so hot, and maybe they don't win, right? The only reason I'm not on the over, I really should be on the over. I mean, the WRC likes the over. The bullpens favor the over. The killer sports favors the over. The only thing that doesn't favor to the over is the starting pitchers at the moment. So, but
yeah, I'd say wait and get a better number then. That sounds good too.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. We got about 5 more games, so let's try to see if we can get in before the hour mark here. Get you guys back to your normal extracurricular activities. We got the Pirates versus the Cardinals. Pirates versus the Cardinals. The line moved in against the Cardinals. They went down to minus 132 from a 137. The over was at over 8, minus 119. Also, that's dipped down to under 7.5, minus 102. There's more money on St. Louis's side, but there hasn't been any movement too much, and now it's actually moving
away. Long time.
What's up, Juan? It's actually moving away now from St. Louis, so that favors the Pirates. The Pirates currently are hitting about 1.5 times better. They're at 162 WRC compared to the Cardinals 98 WRC. Jonathan Avedo, he is actually 3-1. The team is 3-1 money line when he starts the last 4 starts, and the over is hit the last 6 out of 7 times, but it did go under the last time he pitched. On the other end, we have. Hold on, this thing's fucking super dark. We have McGrevy. McGrevy is also a 3-1 money line winner for the team when he starts the last 4 starts, and he's also a 4-1 to the over pitcher his last 5 starts. The bullpen for these two teams does favor the Pirates by a run. Killer sports trend that I liked was that the Pirates as a dog coming off of a win, being a short dog of 110 or less. This season, they're actually 4-1 to the money line. Once again, Pirates as a dog coming off of a win, being lined up of a 110 or less. They are 4-1 to the money line. I like the Pirates money line plus 108. And I think currently you can find that for plus 108.
They still have a plus 110 out there too.
Yeah, yeah. So
Nice.
you got anything on that play?
No, I was just looking at the pitchers too. Seems like they do have slightly better pitching here. They're
Yeah,
4-1 in their last 5, 6-4. I mean, St. Louis is 3-7.
yeah.
They're
And
just
keep and keep in
Pittsburgh's in
mind
better form for sure here.
I'm not talking about it because we're literally going through the whole card right now, and I'm trying to get in and out. But I just to kind of keep your conscience clear and clean. I did look at the using baseball reference. If you guys ever want to use it, looking at like the head-to-head matchup, looking at like basically like a first 5 possible matchup and setting, understanding if it makes sense in the first part of the game in order to get through to the end. So definitely check that out. Justin said he moved on the Royals over 8.5 minus 112 this morning. If you wait, you might not get this number. Early White Sox crush lefty. See, that's what I was saying. That's why I was saying the team total over. And then Justin's saying, don't wait for that over that I capped that I'm not on because of the pitchers. I can't.
It's also taking Pasquantino over 1.5 bases plus 128. Nice. Good action there.
Okay, nice. Shit, wine time up in here. Appreciate y'all coming through. All right, well, if no one else is saying anything else, like I mentioned, I'm on Pirates. I probably will get on the over. Justin likes it. All my support information likes it. Besides the starting pitcher, maybe today's the day that it just cracks open. So I'm gonna write this as like a chat play. We'll write this as a chat play. I'm gonna ride with it. In regards to me breaking it down with Dylan, with everybody up in the group, this is fucking one that we're putting together. So we're riding the dime, baby. All
We're going to get
right.
it today. We're going to get it.
Hell yeah. So next play is the Angels versus the Rangers. This one had really no line movement for the Rangers at the moment. Opened up at minus 182, now minus 181. The over was minus 7.5 to the over minus 105. Then it crept down to under 7 plus 101. There's a lot of money on the Rangers for the money line and the run line, but there hasn't been any movement at all, which kind of scares me for the Angels side. Angels aren't hitting though; they're not hitting worth the shit versus right-handed pitching. However, this could be the recipe for them to get fixed because Jacob DeGrom, he's been fucking horrible. But we'll get into that in a second. Texas hitting at a 120 WRC, so a little bit above average. You got Soriano facing DeGrom. Soriano's last 4 games have all gone to the over. DeGrom's last 7 out of 8 games have gone to the over. He's not the DeGrom, powerhouse DeGrom. Don't let the 2.76 ERA fool you that he has. And the other big thing is that both of the bullpens suck dick. The Angels bullpen is 4.75 xFib, and then the Rangers bullpen is 5.56 xFib. So that's a total combined of 10. You should see at least 5 runs. Just speaking mathematically in the bullpen. So I ended up taking over 7 minus 123. It did drop down. Excuse me. Wait, 7.5. Wait, I haven't locked it in yet, so I got to see where this line's in.
I see
Okay,
7.5 and plus 100 now.
I see some books are offering over 7 at minus 123. I get that. But yeah, I'm going to definitely be on over 7.5. I don't give a fuck if it's over 8. If it gets back to, if it gets back to even 8, like, this shit's going over. So, yeah, so that's my play. Over 7, 7.5, whatever you can get. You like anything or say anything for that one?
No, man, I think breakdown was pretty good. I agree with you.
Perfect. Panama up 39-34 here in the FIBA America Cup. In case anybody's watching that or interested. Moving on. We have the Padres versus the Mariners. Mariners were the favorite, minus 132. Line moved up against them, went down to minus 126. The over 8 was at minus 105, crept up to 8.5, so it jumped up. There's heavy money on the Padres for the money line and the run line, and the line is moving in that direction. However, the bats for Seattle are pretty good against left-handed, where the Padres bats have been just average against right-handed pitching. One thing that helps out the Mariners is that the Padres, J.P. Spears, he's actually lost the last 4 out of 5 starts, but he did win the last one. And then the unders of his starts have been 1 and 3 to the under. Bryson Miller, he's actually lost 4 out of his last 5 starts as well. So you can't really pick a side for the pitching. And he's actually gone 6-0-1 to the over the last 7 games that he's pitched. So this guy is a fucking gas can. And not in a good way, you know? So the line moved up. The batting is already kind of towards that direction. You have one pitcher that has been trending heavy towards the over. And then the bullpens, they average around 4 xFIB or so. So they're each kind of individually bad. They're not the worst. I had a lean towards the Mariners. But now that I'm talking about it more, maybe I'm thinking the over's the play.
Hold on, we got some breaking news here. Apparently, our good friend Razor just got out of his appendix surgery, and everything went well. Fuck yeah, let's go.
He had appendix surgery. All that shit's brand new to me. I'm
Yeah,
not on the.
I just
I'm
saw
not
it on
the
Twitter this morning.
I'm not on the Twitter sphere as much as I used to. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad, Razor. I'm glad you're doing good, bro. Hopefully, you're
Happy
tuning
to
in
hear
from
everything went well for our boy there.
Hospital. Shout out. I'm just kidding. Nah, he's good, man. I know he'll be all right. He'll make a good recovery. Oh yeah.
That was quick.
Hey, that's the way it works nowadays. He's got the robots and shit. So I'm taking the over. This is just one that I wasn't planning to take. Let me just make sure I don't see any funny business with something else.
No funny business.
Yeah, I mean, just gotta look at one thing. Hold on. I don't know, man. Maybe it'll be a live over. I don't know. I don't know. This is one I'm not as confident in. I'll tell you the truth. So this is probably one you want to put in the back burner, but I'm just gonna write. I'm leaning over and Seattle, but I'm not gonna consider that as a play. We have too much to bet. And then that was it. I wanted to enjoy the Dodgers game. In my heart, I honestly believe that Hunter Green is going to come out here and wheel and deal. His past couple of games, he's been fucking killing it. I think next year we're really going to finally see like a great form of him. And if the Reds can still continue to mature, Hunter Green can definitely maybe have an early chance to win the Cy Young, like you're seeing Tariq Skubal this year. That's kind of what the Reds are going through a little bit. They kind of had a squad with Jonathan India and like that little group of kids, but they fucking couldn't figure it out. But I think right now, I think they have a lot of fucking just really good guys that fucking can develop as a whole team. And you never know, you might be looking at the Tigers team of 2 years ago. A raspy team, obviously not the pitching part, but just the hitting part. A raspy team of no names that are developing to decent quality hitters. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So to wrap it up again, I'll go through my list of what I have. I have the Baltimore money line minus 101, the over 7.5 in the Miami game, Tampa Bay money line plus 100. That one I really liked a lot. The Baltimore money line I really liked a lot. I'm taking a shot with the Washington money line at plus 192. I really like the Toronto money line at minus 144. I like the Phillies money line. That one was at minus 132 at the moment. I'm taking a shot with Arizona first 5 plus a half minus 110. You guys convinced me. Appreciate y'all to take the over 8.5 with Kansas City. Hopefully we get that to the winner's card. I like the Pirates money line plus 108. I really like that one a lot. Over 7 in the Texans game. I'm leaning in that Seattle game. Probably end up staying off. We got too many plays. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to choose from. So let me know what you guys think. What do you like the best, Dylan? You're my
out of those ones, Tampa Bay Rays, Toronto Blue Jays, the Pirates, and the over 7.5 in Texas. And the Orioles, I think I'm going to throw the Orioles and the Phillies in there. Kind of thinking about those two.
I think for the 3-teamer, we should give out Pirates money line, Phillies money line, and Rays money line.
So I'd go with the Jays in there.
I mean, yeah, I don't
Pirates, Rays.
I don't mind Jays like I don't mind the Orioles, but I'm just trying to give you a core. Right, that's kind of what we wanted to end up. That's kind of what we wanted to talk about. This show is just figure out.
A plus 600. The Rays, the Jays, and the Pirates.
What do you guys think? Let us know. Either if you don't see this live, if you're watching this on replay, put it in the comments. Let us know what is your 3-teamer of the day. I'm gonna go ahead and lock that in. The Rays, the Phillies, and the Pirates plus 600. So you guys don't have anything else? Shit, I appreciate you hanging out with us. You got anything else you want to talk about? Or
what else did I take here? I took a Nerfy parlay. No runs in the first inning in the Tigers Athletics game. And the same in the Twins Blue Jays game. No runs in the first inning there. That parlay is a plus 200.
Oh, yeah.
What's the other one that I did? Oh, we have Blue Jays and over. It's a plus 200 also. And then I took the run line on the Blue Jays and the 3-way.
Nice. And then our boys, he's not here at the moment, but he gave out earlier in the chat, Screwball over 18.5 outs plus 108. I know he gave that out in the session as well, so appreciate y'all coming through. Love y'all. Long live the life. And we'll see y'all in a couple weeks in AC.
Fuck yeah, I can't wait for that one. If anybody's looking for these plays, they'll be all right here at the end of the show or in the comments there too. Some good plays from everybody in the chat too. Great show for just about an hour long, and who knows, maybe we'll go live later, so make sure you hit that notification bell. And check us out on Kick too, motherfuckers.
Yeah, you never know.
Peace out.
Who-Bangin for life, baby. Smart money bets.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream.